Welcome to the Miracles and Wellness Podcast. My name is Clarissa Booker, and I'm your life and wellness coach, and also a beauty expert. I am so happy and grateful that you are here. We'll be discussing all things health and wellness, feeling empowered, and loving yourself more, while connecting your mind, body, and spirit. Always know that you can manifest whatever you desire for your greater well-being in your life, because I believe that miracles are for everyone. Hello everybody, hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we're going to do a little episode, short little one on carbs, what everybody loves to hate a lot of times. It gets such a bad rap. So you got to give carbs some love, got to give them some love. We much need it. It's a macronutrient that we need in our life because it gives us energy, which a lot of times we're lacking for a number of reasons that we might be low on energy. So this is how you get that energy, right? Because your body has to break them down into glucose. Then it will help give your muscles and your organs and your tissues, everything energy so that we can go about our day and function, to move our body, to work out, so we're not falling over at our desk if we're working, all those things, all right? So that part is good. So what might happen is you might be consuming too much of simple carbs, which is the processed foods, those refined sugars, all the little stuff that you eat, like from the vending machine, the snacks, all the little yummy stuff, right? The cookies and all those things. And also if you're eating like vegan cookies, gluten-free cookies, it's still processed. So just because it has a label on it does not mean that it's going to technically be all that healthy for you as well. But I did say too much. So moderation is all right. Something once in a blue moon here and there is okay. So you don't have to feel like you're deprived, but you are allowed to eat something sometimes. All right. But if you are eating too much and you're getting too much glucose in your bloodstream, then you can get weight gain. You can start gaining weight. It starts affecting your insulin resistance. Type 2 diabetes will result from there. And it's like a trickle effect. So when you get one condition, a lot of times others will follow after it. But those carbs, and they also give you fiber, which we need. Our body needs this fiber, okay, guys? So like your whole grains, beans. I'm not a big fan of dairy. It affects everybody's body differently. So that just depends on what's going on with your body. Fruit is good, okay? It is sugar, yes, but it is okay. It's a natural sugar. And a lot of times, for most people, it will not affect your glucose in a negative way. Now, every single body is different, but for the majority of the time, sometimes people are scared to eat fruit because they think it's going to do something to them. But a lot of times it is okay. And a lot of times berries, for example, are loaded with antioxidants, which we need for our body. And berries will also help your body use insulin more efficiently, okay? So it'll slow the rate at which it absorbs the glucose from your food. So fruit is good for you. I think it's just a misconception out there where people think they can't eat fruit. But fruit is okay, all right, guys? You don't ever really see somebody in the hospital for eating too much fruit, okay? This is what you don't really see. You might see them from eating too much processed food, but not too much sugar. Not sugar, but, natural sugar from berries. Sugar from processed food, sweets, that's something different. Okay, so they're not in the same category. One is complex and one is simple. We just want to try to avoid the simple carbs, okay? Whole grains are great. So like barley, try looking at some barley. It's a great source. It helps with digestion, which, a lot of times things originates in our gut. So just eating some good food, some probiotics, some just different stuff like that, just to help our gut. And also, so the barley, for example, it'll be really good. Another excellent source of carbs are lentils. Lentils are so good. Like I like to make a nice lentil soup, and it helps with my iron levels. All that fiber and that protein, it just gives you a lot of good nutrients, guys. So there's so many ways you could eat them. I just prefer soups because I'll get like a big crock pot. That's what you call it these days. And just throw some veggies in there. Also some kale I'll add. Just maybe some mushrooms, whatever it is. You could just go into your fridge and just put whatever it is that you have in there and just make yourself a wonderful soup. Now that the weather's starting to get chillier, where I am anyway, because I'm on the East Coast, in the Northeast, it starts to get cold. And so, a soup is like my favorite thing about when the weather changes, guys. And I like to throw some lentils in there. And also pumpkin, because right around now it's October. And so, there's pumpkins everywhere. And if you got little ones, they love their pumpkins. So we seem to be collecting them around here as well. So, so make a pumpkin pie if you like pumpkin pie, or just eat some pumpkin. And it gives you vitamin A and those antioxidants, which are excellent. These are just a few examples of some carbs. I just wanted to do this little quick episode today, just because carbs get such a bad rap. And they are good, okay, guys? It's all about the quality of the food that you are eating. And also, with your eating the right carbs, okay, then it will also help you lose weight, because that fiber will fill you up. And then, see, this is part of not even counting calories or doing anything like that, because you're just getting full and you eating all the right food. Your body's getting that nutrient-dense food, and you are good. You are ready to go, all right? So make sure you have some carbs on your plate. Some protein, some fat, some carbs. Goodness. Yes. Oh, yes, low carbohydrate diets. Okay, they can be effective in helping you lose weight. Yes, they can, but are they sustainable? No, they are not. Because what's going to happen? You're going to go back to eating carbs because you need them to live. You need them to breathe. Well, not necessarily to breathe, but you know what I'm saying? You need them to be up, to move around, to sustain your life. It is very important. So if you are restricting carbs, now it's one thing if you're doing something and they're like limit carbs, but they actually mean processed carbs, refined sugars and things like that. But if they're like, you can't eat this, and this, and then you wonder why you are extra tired, that's why. And you're not getting your energy that you need from your glucose, okay? I just wanted to say that before I forgot, because it's so important, because I work with so many people who, and then, honestly, it's hard, because if you've been thinking this way for a long time, and then I'm like, hey sis, carbs are good for you. Eat your carbs, do all those things. Then it's like, you're like, what? We need carbs? And people like, I'm not doing it, because it's just trying to get your mind around it. They're good for you. It's just all about the quality of your food. There's so many ways to eat. There's so many, quote, diets out there. But if it is something that's too restrictive, then it's not going to work for you, because you're not going to be able to maintain it. And that's what it's about, being able to sustain yourself. Okay, guys? So I would suggest not going overboard with any of this stuff. Because if you go overboard with it, then, what happens when you go back? If you don't learn how to then transition into a healthier way of eating, then you're going to go back to eating the way you was before, because your body was looking for those nutrients that it was missing. Right? And so it's all about anything. So whether you are considering yourself paleo, plant-based, Mediterranean, I can go on and on. There's so many so-called diets out there. A lot of times you are taking your macros and you're just repositioning them but it's the term bio-individuality. We're all different. So if something works for me, it might not work for you. And it doesn't mean it's not good or it's not bad. It's just that we're all different. And that's okay. So it all depends on the individual. All right, guys? So that was your mini episode for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I have a thing about carbs, if you can tell. I'm always talking about carbs because I just feel like, sometimes there's just so much different information out there. And then also people were taught things in the past and we always learning new, right? Like I do different things now than I did in my past as well. So I'm just there. And any questions you have, please leave them in the comments. Not the comments. Please leave them in a review. Leave me a written review. I would love to see it. It makes my day and it lets me know that you are loving the content or whatever else I could talk about for you. Okay, guys. And I would love to see you over there in the group you can come over there to Facebook. There's a free community over there for wellness. And that is bit.ly/wellbeing group. And I will talk to you next time.
If you like my mommy show, leave her a review. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for coming by and listening. And don't forget to subscribe to wherever your favorite place to listen to your podcasts are. And if you are on iTunes, I would love it if you would leave me a written review. It means the world to me, and it helps other people's out as well. You never know who would benefit from what you have to say, because your thoughts matter. Thank you for taking the time to come by. Until next time, love and light.